Greetings and salutation. My name is Syamsulma'arif Sandi, and in this video I will talk about the last meeting that was delivered by Mr. Meyer in regard of brain and relation to language. There's a very few questions that has been given here. I put it on the note. So the first question is human brain relation to language production and comprehension. What we understand here that within our brain there are these things called Broca and the other one Wernicke's. Now both of them has a very function. Start from Broca. Broca has a function to produce sentence, to produce words. However, we need Wernicke's because Wernicke's made us able to understand anything that coming in, any words, sentence, and everything. And also, the relation between brain and language, one that is very obvious that we can understand here is that with brain, it helps us not only to understand but also to plan of what we want to say. Okay, and also brain send a signal the moment we want to say something through our neck, through every muscles from neck, our tongue, and anything that involves the making of sound, so that we will make it for what we want it to be. And the second question, human brain different with animal. There's a difference between the two. One that is very obvious is that human were gifted. God gave us these things called logical thinking. We have a way to understand something the animal cannot. When it comes to the language, we have these two types of brain to which we able not only to understand code, signals, and sound, because that animal can do it as well. However, they lacking Broca and Wernicke's. They lack the understanding. They lack critical thinking. We human, we do understand it, to which back to thousands upon millions of years ago, we managed to create the language. And ever since human able to create those things, we evolve to the top of the food chain. And one thing to be precise, we human have a creative thinking, while animal, they relied heavily on their instinct to survive. That's why we rise on the top. Language disorder. Now, when it comes to language disorder, I believe there are three. There is aphasia, followed by that there's also dyslexia. Thank you. And the last one, it'll be stutter. Start from aphasia. It is mostly caused by stroke. It is a moment when human it is divided by three, okay, as far as I can understand. The first one here is Broca aphasia. When any individual were to get this Broca aphasia, he won't be able to produce a word, yet still he managed to understand what he received. The next one here is Wernicke's. Now Wernicke's, they can still produce a sound, they can still speak, but the meaning, it will not make any sense, because when people say something to him, he hardly even understand what he's trying to say. Okay. And there's the last one, the third one. This is the peak, the very bad, the worst. It's called global aphasia. This is the moment where both Broca and Wernicke's got destroyed. Now, how do we treat this kind of disorder? We could do some like a speech therapy or maybe some brain stimulation program. And the next one here is dyslexia. It is some kind of disease in which an individual find it difficult to read. How do we fix this up? Well, a special reading program need to be set up for those people. Now the last one that I just mentioned earlier, stutter. It is when people trying to say something, but he goes stutter. Let me just make an example. Like, I want to say something, and normal people just went up like this. Oh, hello, how are you? Good, fine. How about you? But those Those who suffer from stutter, they will go like this. How about you? Now, this kind of disease, it can be it can be fixed by a speech program, and also some sort of therapy to help them up. Human capacity in language invention. Now, what I believe about human capacity in language invention, that is, we as a human, we can understand language, indeed it is, but not only one, but more. However, mostly we only state on one kind of language. Those who speak more than one or two will be considered bilingual. How can such a man achieve that thing? It is come back in our brain again. It is the superiority of human nature to understand more than one language. There are people who can speak Japanese, Russians, English, French, we name it, everything. Now, when it comes to invention, we're not only limited to sound production, but then also those people, please excuse me, there are also those people who can produce sound, produce language, like a sign language, like a deaf people, or maybe more than that. I think that's all I can deliver. My name is Syamsulma'arif Sandi. Thank you very much for listening and watching. I'm out. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.